Hey everybody, welcome back to Chad's Trains and Things. We're going to pick off where the last episode left off from. You see I got more track laid out here. Track's coming through. Switch here. This piece in to the switch here. Nothing's glued down, nothing as you can tell. I got to drill the hole for the switch here to run the wires down, get it out of the way. But before I start gluing anything in the station or anything else down into place, start doing all that, I need to test the track to see if power is getting through it without putting jumpers in. Because my goal is, let's go around my little light here. This switch here, the only way the station track gets power is if it's thrown for the trains to come in or out of that track. If I put power here, if I need to, that means one of the two tracks here will have power based on what that, and I don't want it. I want them both dead unless I'm wanting the trains to come out. So I'm hoping I'll have enough power that it'll work without putting jumpers over here. So I'm gonna get a couple engines out, just the engines. I'm not gonna run a whole train through because all I need is an engine where I can test power on it all. So turn layout, get an engine or two out, and we'll test it and see what happens. Okay, I got an engine out. Try to do this so you all can see one-handed here, which could be fun. I tried to use my stand and couldn't get an angle for anybody where you could see the train all the way. So see which track. See it's through. Just take it through. Coming through. Of course the diesel, this won't be, unless I just happen to be pulling it, but comes through. Let's reverse it. Now it's going. Set the controller down off to the side a second if I can. Falling over. Oops. Now if I come back all the way over here to this switch and I kill this switch, I'm gonna wait till the train gets out here. You can see I'm gonna throw the switch. See if I can find the train. See it moving, you can see the headlight. I throw the switch, it kills power. Unfortunately, apparently this one, because it's an older one, I already had, and throwing it does not affect, but that's okay. I'm not gonna worry about it too much. But that is doing what I wanted it to do. I throw the mainline switch where it's correct for running through, it kills the power to the yard. Stop it. Let's throw this switch, let's bring it to the front now, see if that works. I don't know, it's me testing the track for the first time too, so. So the other switch, I can either readjust the screws on the back of it so it ain't power routed, or I can leave it. I may end up just leaving it. But yeah, the train's running through. Sorry about the shakiness, because I am gonna have to come up with some stoppers for the end still. So the train gets away from me. And out it goes to the main line. The pole's in the way. So let me stop her. So now, I'm gonna take that engine off and I'm gonna bring the bullet train around and pull in here to see what it looks like right now before I do anything. So I'll be right back. Okay, I got the bullet train parked around. I'm curious if it'll even fit on any of these tracks or not. So let's find out. She starts to move. Here she comes. Okay, she's taking the switch. Get out of the way of the light fixture. Let's bring it in here. This will be the longer of the two sidings, so if it's gonna fit in one, this would be it. I don't think it's going to. I think it's gonna be just short. Actually, it does fit. It can park there. It will not fit on the other side. It'll be pulled out on that. I can pull it in on that side, but I can park this train here and have something coming in and out that other track. That is awesome. Actually, when it's done, I may have it go a little bit further too that way to give me even an inch or so more room. We'll have to wait and see. I may be able to put another little piece on that one. Very cool. So here's the bullet train parked at the station. Loading up. Let's pull it on out. Let's hope I got it going the right direction. Wave bye to the people. Alright, now that I know that works, let's get this track all put down in this building, glued in place. Okay, while I'm waiting for glue to dry so I don't bump stuff and keep moving it around here, go around the light post, I have Scenic this. See the blue tape I put over, that's the little switch holes so nothing gets down in them. And I won't pull it off until everything's dry. Now I'll clean the switches up a little better. I didn't get no glue down in, but that don't mean nothing won't run into them, but they should be pretty good. I got the scenery along the back here all fixed up for now, but yeah, see the difference. I'm using gray blend on the main line and just plain gray for the siding. So there is a little bit of a difference. If you can look, you can kind of see it there. It kind of ran, so I'm going to get some grass back out and edge the side a little better here. Yeah, then also, while I'm waiting for everything dry there, I'm gonna come over here and I got my Easy Streets back in. New pavement, I'll show you fresh asphalt, which I will dirty it up a little bit, but I'll make it look like it's all brand new road just came through here, everything else, but I'm gonna, while it's wet, I'm gonna touch up that edge along the tracks and I'm gonna work on the road. Okay, while I'm waiting for glue to dry over there, I got 2 more switches in, some more straights, so we're gonna add 2 more yards, and also, mess, I got some more of these in so I can finally drop my feeders back here somewhere on this main line to feed into it. And then, I think every 2 switches I'm gonna drop feeders in, and I'll show you when I get to that. 2, just because it's gonna allow me to make sure power is flowing through, the switches coming all the way through and I ain't losing anything anywhere. But the first thing I'm gonna do is figure out exactly where I wanna put these power on the main line coming through here. And there's quite a few options. And I'm thinking somewhere back in here is where I'm gonna do it. Maybe even over here. Get it towards the end, so I got better coming that way and it's flowing all the way back. So I may pop these apart and put them here, but I'll figure it out and I'll come back and I'll show you what I end up doing. Okay, I ended up dropping the feeders right here. So in the corner, say new track here. I ran out of the longer straights, which I have more ordered, but 2 more switches in. I'm gonna go, I guess just talking about every 2, so there's actually feeders dropped right here, coming through. There'll be feeders dropped here when I extend it on. And yeah, then I'll be hooked up just to try and keep it, because like I said, there's no power on any of these sidings. They're gonna be powered by when they're thrown. If the track power is thrown, that's what's gonna give it the power. Otherwise, if I'm going through, all the power will be killed to the yard, which is what I'm wanting. So, some more of the yard being done, so little by little, the yard's coming back to life for me. Okay, with that done, the road was dry on the glue down, so I came over and I decided to weather it up. A little weathered. Added some vehicles or back into it all. And what I used off the black, and I'm going to show you. This is what I have now, and this is what it originally looked like. So I got pieces side by side. What I used was pewter gray, pavement, and then some real brown for like dirty areas on it all. And really, basically, dirtied up, but I really doled that plastic down. I'm gonna show it off. Made it look a lot better. And like I said, I've added some vehicles. Yeah, that's first time the road's been all the way done through the farm, because it was never done before. There, I'll just step back a little bit and just kind of give you the view of the farm. everything else. So now I'm gonna go over, work on another little piece. Okay. I've added a couple more trees back here, and then this little hillside looks like I've had a bunch of trees. Basically, it is that these were planted by the railroad to help block sound and view of the farm, type of scenery block. Then these two trees coming in here on this hillside. It'll look better. I'm gonna put some more bushes, I think, in there as I go order some more stuff in. Maybe a cool place to get a couple deer, have a couple deer standing there. So I might think of that. I did fix up along the edge here where it was messed up. Made that look better. And here around the station, I've glued some sidewalk in. I still got to paint it. I'm waiting for the glue to dry before I do any of that. Another thing I've done is I added a couple stops in. I'm gonna rust them up. Once I glue, you can see the wet. Once they're in place, these steel stops, I'm gonna rust them up a little bit. And once they're rusted, I may even put a sticker decal or something on both of them for the stop, but I didn't want to do the same stops on all of them, so I just did a little on my own. A little piece of plastic, a little piece of wood in back, kind of put in there for a stop. Not too bad, because the yard will have the regular Katos. I've been ordered a bunch of them in. So yeah, get this dry, get it painted, then I can start finishing the scenery, the ballast, and everything else all the way through here where it needs to be, and figure out what I want to do here to make it look cooler. But that's what I worked on right now. I'm liking it. Okay, got a lot of the basic scenery done around the station. It's all wet. I just glued it all down, as you can probably tell. Quick look. Of course, light gray versus the darker or the gray blend going on here. So just a slight difference in color between the sidings and the main line. But yeah, in here, I painted the sidewalk. I meant to repaint this a little bit because the alcohol kind of got on it when I was doing that. But I put a little bit of concrete back there since the elevator's here. I use this grass mat I've used a few other times, and if I can find it, on the front here, make it look nice, like it's a well taken care of yard. Of course, it's a little wet from going down, but it's this right here from Walmart. Green lawn. That's what is in front of the station. So I try to put that back down up to here, so I think that looks a lot better. Little grass piece filled in. Now I'm just waiting for it all to dry, and I keep messing with the switches to make sure that they're working fine. And so far they are. So yeah, just wanted to update you. Let that dry. Let me back up and give you a better look at it all. This area I haven't done nothing with because I'm not sure what I'm gonna do back here in this little corner. I'll come up with something, but I just wasn't gonna grass it till I have an idea of what I was gonna do. I still gotta rust them up, but I'm just trying to put a chain link fence in here. But them were the only 3 pieces I had, so I might have to order some more of it. It's the Woodland Scenics chain link fence. You can see it's wet glue where I've glued it on, but I'm gonna run it all the way along the tracks to down here, and a little bit on the other side too to get it where it needs to be. So I was just playing with it there. That's why you see the white glue kind of gluing it all together. But I think that'll look kind of cool to keep people from getting on the tracks. So yeah, something else I'm working on. Now I just gotta let this all dry. Over here real quick while since that's drying, I'm done with it. I did add electric poles along the road over here. You can see them, and coming back into the farm to here for now. So kind of showing the farm's got electric, and it looks a little more realistic with the poles out here along the road. I found a bunch of them already had painted with the green. See if I can get it to zoom in. Kind of sort of. I got some green on top of them. I've done that, and let's come over to the destroyed area. And just to give you an idea, I came off here. This is going to be that switching yard area. Right now it's just got stuff piled all over it, but that's kind of playing. Just kind of show you, this is main line. I had this single like crossing that was given to me, so I'm gonna try to use it here. This is just setting up. I don't know if it's gonna end that way, but I was just kind of playing around while I'm waiting for stuff to dry. Okay, I think I'm gonna end this video here. Not sure how long it is, probably pushing 15 minutes or so, while I wait for this to dry to come back before I can do anything on it. Plus, I'm gonna try to figure out what I want to do at this corner and what I'm gonna do with what will eventually be this removable piece when it's said and done, but I do want it scenic, so I gotta figure out what I want to do with that to make it happen. Just things to think about. Got some more switches coming in for the yard, which is basically got all my scenery on it where I've been working over here. That'll be coming in, so that'll be in the next video. Yeah, and going back to town. I doubt I have more fence yet, so the fence may be a while before it gets done here in front, but it'll just be cool seeing it there. If I do need to get people up, that's small scenery. I'm not worried about it. At the moment, I'm just worried about getting a lot of the main scenery done. Got to rust them up. Yeah, just a lot to do. Anyways, hadn't already, subscribe. Crush that like button. Helps me get more views. Comment down below. Love to hear what you think about what's going on. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time on Chad's Trains and Things.